right. Ioniq 6, here we go. Yeah. Now, you have to understand, all you got to do is put it in drive, and then you start to go with the flow. And just so you know, I have to admit, it took me a second. When I stopped the Ioniq 6 the first time, I was looking for, well, how do I set it, the parking setup? And it's just a little button right here on the very end there. So it's just, you get it. But anyway, we're on a back street here, so I am going to throw this thing in the fastest acceleration, and it's going to be head back time because it's electric. You ready? Gee, I told you. Electric cars are just the most fun to drive when it's safe on a wide open spot, to just floor it. Unbelievable. Incredible 0 to 60s. And that just gives you a little clue of what we're in for today. Now, the 6 is the sportier edition of the 5. Are you ready? Here we go. Smooth acceleration, quiet acceleration, hold on to your hat acceleration. And in the sportier edition, you have not only exterior styling, which has been brought into that 4-door coupe look, but the interior is also extremely nicely appointed and laid out with that futuristic look that electric cars like to deploy in their design. On the exterior, we've already talked about the pixelization of the headlights and the emblems all over the car on the exterior side, but on the interior, you also have the pixels almost like a Where's Waldo, where are they going to pop up next situation. They're over across the dash right here. They're in the seat backs. It's just one of those things that I think they may have overdone the pixelization idea a little bit, but I'll let you decide as far as that's concerned. I like the flat bottom steering wheel. It always gives me a little bit more control. It just feels sportier. You've got your thumb controls here. With the 6, you get the paddle shifters, and these will actually control the brake regenerative systems in the vehicle. So if I want to loosen it up, I can. If I want to tighten it up, I also can. Let's try the horn. Hey, buddy. Hi. That's how you try the horn. You honk it, and then you wave at somebody so they don't think you're mad at them. They just think you know them, and you don't. But anyway, it's got a nice horn. And there's a lot of stocks. Like I said, your system here is big old stock at the bottom. You've got your wiper system stock up here. You have your headlight stock over here. And on the steering wheel itself, you have your obligatory controls for your adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist, all of your digital readouts on the center display. And on the right, you have your hands-free connectivity, things of that nature, voice controls. The 12.3 inches across the board is just nicely integrated into the dash. And as I mentioned, you also have your digital readouts for your center control here. I can look at my drive information. I can see my compass settings, my information setting as far as my electrical use is concerned, and the regular controls all the way down, and you can scroll through them. Over here on your center screen, this is the thing I like. Bam, you scroll to the right, and the largest screen is your electric battery capacity and your driving range, as well as your time. So you always, anytime you need to know where you're at driving-wise, just flip the switch. You have your eco setting, your map setting, navigation menu, phone setting, phone projection, voice memo, in case you want to leave yourself a nice message, climate controls, heated seats, of course. Oh, we got it. The valet mode, in case you want to keep them under control. Quiet mode. This will turn off ambient sound in the back from the stereo system, what have you, in case little Bobo and Bobette are asleep back there, but you can still hear it up front, which is kind of nice. HD radio, and of course your obligatory audio setups. And you have Hyundai's complete suite available, depending on your trim level, of the safety features along the way. Your blind spot detection, lane keep assist, backup cameras, backup sensors, all of the fun stuff, pedestrian alert, cyclist alert. It'll even tell you when you have your cell phone in the wireless charger, which, by the way, is right here. Plenty of wireless connectivity. You've got your USB right there. Down here, underneath the center console, is a huge cargo area, which is, and again, more pixels. I mean, I know it's a rubber mat, but now I'm seeing pixels everywhere that maybe don't even exist. But anyway, you can check it out and find out for yourself. So you've got plenty of storage area down there, storage in the side bins. You even have some storage area in the hand or armrest right here in the hand grip. And this is for bottles only down here. No glasses of beverages, no, because it tells you you're not supposed to do that. We're just gonna go for a little back road driving, as it were, not roughing it or anything. This is, even though it's all-wheel drive, you do have that capability in this particular vehicle to engage in different drive modes. For example, over here, you've got your drive mode select. I'm driving slowly, but I have it in sport mode. As you click it, you have eco mode, normal mode, sport mode, and with the all-wheel drive, if you hold this down longer, it'll go into snow mode, but it won't let me do it now because, you know, I'm driving and it's not snowing. So anyway, the cargo space is a bit reduced because of the sloping coupe design of the 6, but you still have decent cargo space and even more if you don't have passengers in the back seat. And the steering, of course, depending on your setting, I have it in a comfort setting right now, is very, very nice. I'm gonna put it in sport just so I can tighten it up just a little bit. And you do feel it tighten up. And that's really nice. If you want your throttle response to tighten up, you use your regenerative braking system, which will also help you conserve your battery use. Okay. You have the SE standard trim level, you have the SE, the SEL that we're in, and the Limited. And the Limited is the top of the line. And I was hoping to get my hands on a Limited with all the good fun stuff that goes along with it, like the, you know, moonroof and upgraded stereo system and things of that nature. Because we only have the basic stereo system in this SEL, but it's still a nice stereo system, don't get me wrong. Just so you know, and I was just getting started with I'm going to put it on the map just so you can see how large the screen is. And it does have a 60-40 split on the screen, so that you can either do full screen or you could do 60-40 so that you have your map and, in this case, the media setup as well. But you also down here have your volume control and power button for the stereo. You also have your map button here, the Navi button. Over here on the other side, you do have your dimmer. You have a parking brake down here, which you can engage manually and all that. And for your mirrors, and this is where the Ioniq 6 differs from most cars out there, is that they've taken the buttons off of the doors. It's a buttonless door area here. And they've switched the mirror control down here, right above your left knee, and then the window controls and your door locks over here. So that's in your center console. Now this one doesn't move like the Ioniq 5 does. It doesn't slide up and down. It is a static center console, but you do have that storage area, and down here under your padded armrest, ta-da, another USB connection right there, and a nice amount of storage area in the center armrest. Plus, and this is kind of just a simple thing, and I'm kind of a simple guy, but the glove box is nicely styled. But the thing I like that Hyundai did is they gave you a second shelf down there. So if you want to throw change, if you want to throw your pens or something that you want to easily access instead of digging out everything in the glove box to get to it, you've got that second storage area right there. I bet you'd buy this Ioniq 6 for that reason alone, wouldn't you? I like the way the front dash also curves around you. It just gives it that, again, little modern space age look and feel. Oh, look, a Tesla. How much you pay for that? You think we should race? I think we should. Because I could start out and he wouldn't know he's racing, so I could kick his. Now, as far as charging is concerned, again, oh, you can go to your home button here, and you can go to your map. And as you go to your map, you can hit your menu. And if you want to look up your EV range and nearby information and find where the nearest charging stations are, you can do that as well, which is very, very nice. Thank you for that information. With the vehicle, you have a pre-charging feature as well. When you pick a charger station and you set it into the Navi, it lets the battery system know that you're going to be charging relatively soon, and it starts to pre-charge the battery so that when you arrive at the charging station, the Ioniq battery will charge up as quick as you can shake a stick at it. So that's a good thing. Keep you, a little bit less time charging, a little bit more time driving, which is a good thing. And as far as the charging times are concerned, with the DC fast charger, it says that you can go from 10% to 80% in about 18 minutes with a DC fast charger. With the regular 50 kilowatt hour charger systems, you're looking at 10 to 80% in about 73 minutes, maybe a little bit over an hour, depending on how low you go. And most people never go all the way down to 10%, but if you did. And if you plug it into your home 240 system, you're looking at about a 7-hour charge system. So you could plug it in overnight and have it fully, or at least 80% charged by the next morning. Some people ask, why won't it go to 100%? Because you don't want to charge the battery to 100%. It always keeps about a 20% charge rate just to keep everything moving and grooving inside the electric car. So you're not ever gonna really go to 100%. So don't hold your breath. It's already kind of there. But as far as usable driving range, that's always going to be predicated upon how many people are in the vehicle. That's going to affect the weight, how much cargo you're carrying, depending if you have a towing package on there, what you're dragging behind you, how you drive, if you drive with a lead foot, as it were, or maybe a D battery foot. Get it? It's not a AA or AAA battery foot. It's the big. Anyway, that's all going to affect your driving distance. So let's see. We've been driving a little bit now. Ooh, let me go home and let me find out. I have now 139 mile range, and we've used 2% charging rate so far. Just 2%. So that gives you a tremendous amount of confidence as you take this on those longer journeys out there in the real world. But we just kind of cruise around, so I can't take you on I'd love to though. Oh, I'd love to take you on a long trip. Can you imagine spending days with just you and me chatting? Yeah. Okay, maybe it's a better thing. Okay, now you do have, while we're here, tilt and telescopic wheel. You can adjust. And I like to adjust it just so I can get my wrist up here. That just makes it more comfortable. Oh, and speaking of the back, you've got USB connectivity there. And when you go to the top of the line limited edition, you also have a 120 plug-in volt adapter, which comes in really handy. And speaking of adapters, I'm going to pull a UE right here. Speaking of adapters, you can actually purchase an adapter to hook into your battery charging system in the back. So you could actually, if you're camping or going picnicking or something, plug in to your car's battery from outside the vehicle, which is kind of a cool feature. So I'd probably look into that as an accessory worthwhile. When you look at the styling of this, and it's one of those things, you either love it or it's not for you, it's not your taste. It's one of those things, though, that you have to get used to, like the double spoiler on the back. When I first looked at it, I was like, are they overdoing it a little bit? But actually, the more I spend time with the car, little as time that I do have, the more I like it.